The book I will be doing today is Handmade in India by Olivia Fraser, and it's also illustrated by Olivia Fraser. Olivia has lived in India since she graduated from Oxford. Her books and illustrations have to do with India and the art and culture behind it. And also, this book will be talking about the experiences she had when she was in India. I've always been a really big fan of Olivia Fraser's illustration because she always captures her pictures very well. India is one of the most beautiful places in the world. In this book you find everything you want to know about India's culture. As you can see here, it talks about the directions of India and starts out with a little basis behind India. The author captures everything and everyone she saw throughout her journey. She shares knowledge on each page on culture. I thought this was a really cool fact about her meeting the two women and her even showing illustrations of the women that she met throughout. And these women were making sheep's wool. Like I said before, she shows knowledge on each page of culture, including the water rituals. She saw women performing at every end of the page. She also asked the audience a question. She really keeps you on your toes throughout the book. Olivia does a great job helping us understand the background of India and gives us a visual representation of it too. I also thought this was a very interesting thing. It's of a man she met in the South, and he was a sculptor. She shows all of his things that he made, and she even got to keep one of them. She thought it was very interesting of shapes, and I do too. This is three women on the edge of a forest in a part of India, and she also captured this. She saw these, and the question at the end is, can you guess what fruit is growing on the trees? So as you can see, it's for little kids would really like this book because of the questions that are being asked, and even adults could get appreciation of this book because of how much knowledge is behind it. And Olivia has accuracy throughout the book because she went and did all of these things and saw for her very own eye. So it's not just her guessing or doing information on it. She truly understands and knows the background of all these stories. The structure throughout the book is narrative style because the author is speaking about her own experience. For example, on this page, it says, I saw these men mending a railway track in Goa on the southwest coast of India. Can you see all the different tools they use? I like the fact that workers' uniforms use the colors of the Indian flag, orange, white, and green. Can you see the man who's in charge of all the workers? I made the railway into the shape of a clock as trains have to be on time. So throughout the book, she also explains her way of thinking and what she was thinking during this experience. So it makes us understand it even more. The category of this book is factual and interpretive. I said interpretive only because it is her stories and what she saw. So, I mean, every person is different and what they think is different. But it also has facts behind it because the things like the workers' uniforms were the colors of the Indian flag. That there was no interpretation of that. That's a fact. But she saw the clock and someone else could have seen this clock differently. Style of this is descriptive language and visual. As you can see, it's very visual on each page, and then it's also very descriptive. So on each page, on the left, it's always the picture, and on the right, it's always words and her explaining what her pictures are. The graphics explain each one of her texts. The artwork that she's describing or the women/men she met are all drawn to the left. This book really enhanced my knowledge because I had no idea about the culture of India and how it is so different compared to America. I knew before the history of India and kind of everything about that, but she really went in depth for me and made me understand the artwork that went behind and the men and women that lived there. I had no idea. I think this would be appropriate for any age because you're learning about a culture and hearing stories about an experience. Like I said before, ask a question at the end so little kids can really get into it, and then the pictures I'm sure kids would love. And then for adults or even teenagers, they can really start to grasp the understanding of the culture she's trying to explain and the stories she had throughout. So I would definitely recommend this book to everyone, and because of the knowledge it shows and the accuracy it shows behind it, and also it's a fun book to read to children for them to understand but also have fun with it and look at the captivating pictures and illustrations behind it.